Guys, the summer adventure you guys have all been waiting for this entire year is almost here. It's coming to Disney Plus, and Luca is just flat out amazing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing Pixar and Disney's brand new film, Luca. And if you guys are new here and you guys don't know this, I am a massive Pixar fan. They are personally my favorite movie, animation, whatever you want to call it. They're my favorite studio when it comes to making films. They've pretty much developed my entire childhood and continued to impress me with every single one of their films. And really much, yes, they've had some stinkers in the past, but really much the last couple of years, they have absolutely knocked it out of the park. But really what they've been doing, and especially with Luca, this is a unique type of movie that I don't think Pixar has done something like this before. And I like that they're kind of exploring, whether with characters that they've done before, or even new adventures and characters, they explore these new sub-levels and new genres that we haven't, again, touched on. And something that's so beautiful about Luca is how it's very much more of a coming-of-age story, but in one of the most smallest scales that will absolutely take you back to when you were a child. And it's just filled with the most magical elements that you could possibly be endeared with. It's something that I didn't expect this film to be about, but it's something that I was just, again, blown away by. And it really took me back to when I was a kid and just some of the adventures that you would have during summer. And that is what really much makes Luca just purely amazing, and I'm so excited to be here discussing this film with all of you. But of course, if you guys are new here and you guys also love talking movies, well, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What is your favorite Pixar film? What do you think about Luca? And I will be doing a ranking the week of release for Luca, so look forward to that. I'll be ranking every single Pixar film from worst to best. Truthfully enough, I think the most heartbreaking thing about this film is that the fact that I don't get to see it in theaters. I'm actually tempted to try and rent out a theater to watch this because the animation top notch, and we expect this from Pixar, but again, every single time I watch a Pixar film, you're just completely blown away by the animation level that they're able to take on. Whether it was Soul from last year, which was actually my favorite film, or even Luca now, which Luca has a different kind of sense of style in animation. You know, it's not as realistic as Soul was, but as it comes to be about it, it fits so nicely in this kind of crux that they've kind of formulated. Very much reminds me of stuff like Onward and even Finding Nemo kind of put together. And I adore both those movies, but I love this kind of new world and mythology that they brought about inside here. Of course, a majority of the film isn't all about them being sea creatures. It very much is about them in this small little town in Italy and just them living their lives, living this summer as two young boys who are pretty much exploring and discovering themselves in this unknown world, but also the town itself and the people around them are learning the likes of acceptance. And I think that's a big thing, is acceptance in tons of different categories. Luca's parents have to learn this, and in general, Luca himself is going through a theme of discovery, which again explores that coming of age aspect that I truly loved about this. And again, many people can maybe look at, of course, the likes of Toy Story 4, which also dealt with the sense of discovery, but I feel like Luca takes it to that next level. And in general, a lot of Pixar films like to explore there, but this is very much the most in-depth look that we've gotten yet, especially since it is coming from such a small angle. Again, this is a coming-of-age story on the smallest scale possible. It's not like they decided to go to the Atlantis or any sort of sense like that. It very much all takes place in the same central location that you've seen from the trailer, and it never goes further than that, but that's okay. And even though maybe some people will expect a little bit more from Pixar, this is very much a more smaller, subtle, and quieter movie that just is filled to the brim with beautiful animation once again, but delightful, charming characters that will make you laugh, make you feel relatable, and in general, every single person in here, again, has some sort of theme of discovery or acceptance that they must go through. Again, that discovery of new world, that sense of it all, brings this aspect that, again, feels relatable to each and every one of the characters, and even in a sense, actually brings you back to when you were a kid. It's been quite a while since a film has been able to make me go back to when I was a young kid at the age of Luca, exploring all the things around me, getting into trouble and doing things that I probably shouldn't have, but at the same time, just learning about this open world with tons of possibilities. And there's subtle moments in this film that really add to that entire level. There's one moment of just him and this young girl who just look up at the stars, and just Luca learns about what is actually up there, and learning and becoming that actually hits a lot of the heartstrings, which again, tying in perfectly within all there is the wonderful and elegant score. Music by Dan Romer in here will go pretty underappreciated throughout the rest of this year, and especially when it comes down to Pixar films, I think. It's something that, again, just tied together every little sense of this movie that made it just work. And it's, again, just absolutely beautiful in every way. I sat there just sitting there with Luca, and when it started, I was like, okay, I feel like this is going to be kind of a predictable story, a fun adventure for sure, but something that I definitely see where it's going to go. And while some of the elements are a little bit predictable, and just like a Pixar film, you can kind of definitely tell where things are going to go in certain capabilities. Some Pixar films can definitely surprise you, but this one, you kind of know where it's going to go from the opening act. The story itself, I was waiting for it to get bigger, but it never did. And again, it stayed in that smaller bubble that I feel like actually made the film special. More special than I think many people will actually look at on face value. And maybe the first time they watched it, they'll be like, it was fun, but what was there more to it? For me, it attached itself into such a way that made me just sit there and go, this is a beautiful piece of art that I'm just completely in love with. Another piece that brings that coming of age aspect so to life is the aspect of friendship. As kids, a lot of us have those friends that maybe we shouldn't have hung out with, or maybe they got us in trouble, or maybe even taught us something and made us want to do something that we never expected before. That, again, wheels it all around. It makes this to be one of the best coming of age films that I've watched in quite a while. The way that they, again, just bring such relatable characters to life. And in general, when you learn the past and present of certain characters around you, it just adds this new sense of discovery. The two words in here is sense and discovery, and that is what really much is bringing Luca to life. I literally screamed out loud when Luca finished, "Oh my wonderful God." It's filled with that Pixar magic in every single way, and it's different than anything Pixar has ever done before story-wise, and I feel like they've been really doing this lately. They do these stories that, and face value seems like something they've done before, and maybe even something that you've seen before, but then as it gets deeper, you feel that Pixar magic, you feel that passion, and not just from the animation, but from the wonderful characters and story and script and even direction that is all just infused within here. Animation-wise, it is beautifully top-notch, designed in every single sense of the way. Every single frame is just gleaming and screaming artistic values. It's so small in scale, and it's shaped as a coming-of-age story that, again, becomes one of my favorites in the last couple of years. That brings the message of discovery and acceptance in such a delightful and beautiful way. This is truly another Pixar classic, and they have knocked it out of the park once again. I freaking loved Luca to every single way. I'm going to go watch it again right after this, and I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts all on the film. So with all that said, I'm going to give Luca an A. Let me know down below, guys, what your guys' thoughts are on Luca. Did you guys love it? Did you hate it? Let's discuss it all down there. Again, this is a very much smaller Pixar film, but I actually quite enjoyed that. I can't really remember a small Pixar film like this that really much doesn't have the high stakes of certain things, but it really touched on certain values that, again, just hit me in the soft spot and took me back to when I was a kid, and I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts. Make sure to head on over to Sam's from Film Guys on how to see films early, and of course, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I would not be able to do this. So once again, thank you guys, and of course, until next time, stay classy.